Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to a special 200th edition of Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Now, to celebrate this landmark episode, we've invited back 4 contestant pairs who have all one thing in common. They are all members of the Pointless 200 Club. They were each knocked out of the show by scoring the maximum of 200 points. That's 2 wrong answers in one round. Now, in this special one-off show, we are giving them one more chance to make it to the Pointless final. Let's meet our 200 Club. At first, we welcome back Annie and Kathy. Now, remind us how you came to be in the 200 Club.
We both got wrong answers.
What was it that got you into the 200 Club?
It was Roman emperors.
Oh.
I can't even remember what the title was.
You can't...
I know what my answer was.
Annie, help her.
It was Roman emperors, wasn't it? And I chose Maximus Decimus because that's my husband's name, Max.
Maximus Decimus.
So I thought that's a good one to go to.
Yeah, and I chose Brutus because he sounded brutish.
And they were both colossally wrong.
See, that's what we're working with here today, isn't
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What have you learnt since we last saw you on Pointless?
That I'm quite thick.
I don't believe that for a second. Well, very, very best of luck to you. It's lovely to have you back on the show. Who knew you were going to be back on?
I know.
I know, what a treat. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
you.
Good stuff. And next we welcome back Paul and Susan. Now, we have to go back into the Pointless annals to see when you were here. I mean, it was a while back. This is in Series 1.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, it was very, very different. Do you remember this was steam-powered then? Remind us what it was that entered you into the 200 Club.
I believe the category was Strictly Come Dancing. Winners or participants, I can't remember exactly. Sue said Melandra Burrows, which was pointless. Sorry, which is a wrong answer.
That's right, yes.
Yeah,
Important to distinguish between the two of them.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We can't distinguish, that's why we're here.
Very
and
good.
I think I came up with Saran Jones, which again was a wrong answer.
It was the wrong show.
Now, remind us how you know each other, Paul and Susan.
We met in school. I was teaching and Paul came in
As a pupil?
to be trained. No, not quite. Not quite. 30 students realised straight away that I fancied him.
Right. Very good. So you're both teaching?
We are, yes.
You both still teach?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Would you like to tell us what subjects you teach?
I teach ICT and Business Studies. Paul
Okay.
teaches Design Technology, and we left Yorkshire to come and teach in Essex.
Well, very, very best of luck. It's lovely having you back on the show.
Thank you.
We welcome Andy and Rob. I mean, it seems like only yesterday you were on the show. Andy and Rob, distracted. Look at them. There they are. Andy and Rob. Now, listen, what was it that got you into the 200 Club?
Rod Stewart.
He's got a few people into a few other clubs in his day.
Yeah, I didn't like the chap that much before, but I like him even less now.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever a fan, yeah.
I tried getting into the 200 Club 3 times, but Rob let me down twice, unfortunately.
I see. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm not sure you've given an answer
I
on
am yet
Pointless
to answer a question.
to date that hasn't scored 100 points.
No, that's right.
Weird thing
Wow.
was, I got home, turned the radio on at home, there was a Rod Stewart song on. I thought you were just mocking me.
Yeah. And we were getting the train home as well, and there's a big Rod Stewart banner saying that he was playing as well.
Yeah. It's like,
We're haunted by Rod Stewart at the moment.
Listen, very, very best of luck, Andy and Rob. It's great to have you back on the show.
Cheers, thanks.
And finally, we welcome back Mike and Kirsty. Mike and Kirsty, remind us how you two know each other.
Well, Kirsty's my daughter, and the big mistake I made on the last show was disclosing her age. So, as long as I don't tell you how old she is, we might not be as blighted. I think it might have been divine intervention.
And what questions did you go out on?
It was about the Commonwealth. We had to name Commonwealth countries, and...
Yours used to be in, though, didn't they?
Well, they did, but you're just being kind.
Whereas mine
These
never
are realms
was.
of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, it was... I said Trinidad and Tobago, and that was no longer in the Commonwealth. I also said Bermuda when I should have said the Bahamas.
Kirsty, what was your answer?
Well, I said the Falkland Islands, because obviously that's never been in the Commonwealth countries, but so obviously that was an immediate 100 points.
Also worth noting, Mike, that Trinidad and Tobago, it is a member of the Commonwealth. It's just not a realm of the Commonwealth. The Queen is not the head of state. So you also got the reason you got your wrong answer wrong.
It's great to have you back on the show, Mike and Kirsty. Very, very best of luck to you and all our pairs. Let's hope you all avoid scoring another 200 points this afternoon, because that would be terrible. Now, there's only one person left for me to introduce. 200 shows, over 1,000 contestants, but still only one pointless friend. He's Richard.
Oh, hello. Hello there.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well. I'm so chuffed we got to 200 episodes. It's lovely.
I know, isn't that brilliant?
Normally, I say, obviously, you know, people who've been on the show before, it's an advantage. You usually come back, you get better. But two things. Firstly, all of these people have been on the show before, a couple of times, and they didn't get better. So it's very, very difficult to call this, I have to say. I mean, obviously, it's lovely to have all of them back. They're all great contestants. Quite who's going to win, I don't know. One thing I will say, though, is question one, quite early in Pointless, because I always thinking of questions and different things you can ask. And quite early, I had an idea for a question, which I really liked. And I thought, you know, I'm going to save it for a special occasion, because it was such a good question. It might be my favourite question of all time, and it's round one on today's show.
Wow, what about that? Now, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our contestants need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. And each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, in honour of reaching our 200th episode, and for today only, we start off with a jackpot of £2,000. There it is. Right, let's play Pointless. In the first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure it's not you. OK, our first category this afternoon is food. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many varieties of potato as they could. Varieties of potato. Richard?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, the correct answers in this round will all be varieties of potato for cooking or eating. Good luck. Especially for you.
Now then, Annie and Kathy, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. Good luck.
Thank you.
In this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board for each pass. Your first set of 7 answers reads like this. Anya, Harmony, Maris Piper, Gelbert, Rooster, Sante, Marfona. I'm going to read those one more time. Anya, Harmony, Maris Piper, Gelbert, Rooster, Sante, Marfona. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful because at least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one and you will score the maximum of 100 points. So, Kathy.
Well, I know a few, so I'm going to go careful and I'm going to go for Anya.
Anya. OK, let's see if Anya's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Anya. Is right. Anya potato. You've broken the 100 jinx. You've scored 2. That's a great answer, Kathy.
Yeah, the Anya was bred 15 years ago by the Scottish Crop Research Institute. So it's quite a nutty potato, very good in salads.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Susan, potatoes.
Well, there's only 2 there that really come to mind, so I'm going to have to go safe with it and go with Rooster.
Go safe, go Rooster. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Rooster. It's right. Down it goes. 12. 12's a good answer, Susan. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Susan. A red potato, good for mashing, in fact, the rooster.
Now then, Rob. Nobody's found the pointless answer on this pass yet.
Yeah. I was going to say rooster. So, there's one I definitely know, but I am going to go with Marfona.
Marfona. There it is at the bottom. Marfona. OK, Marfona. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said Marfona? Good luck, Rob. Marfona. It's right. Well played, sir.
I knew it was
Oh, very, very well done. One. Only the best score so far, Rob. Look at that. 1 point for Marfona.
Yeah, well played, Rob. Everyone's doing brilliantly all of a sudden.
I know.
Marfona, they're very good baking potatoes, often sold in packs of 4 for baking. And now, Mike, you're our only hope of a 100 score in this round.
Or for a pointless, of course.
Yeah, well, it's a risk, isn't it? Because, I mean, obviously, there's one there that stands out as obvious potato. The others that I'm left with, I don't really know. It's a question of a toss-up between Sante and Harmony.
You're steering clear of Gelbert, I noticed there.
Oh, no. And that one as well. I've lost it, don't worry. Yeah, I'll go for Gelbert. Seems I missed it.
Gelbart is what Mike says. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Gelbart. Good luck, Mike. Good luck. Nah!
400 club.
Oh, Mike. I am so sorry. Unfortunately, Gelbart is an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points. Richard.
Larry Gelbart is the man who created the TV show MASH.
It was a great question, though. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's go through the rest of this board. Do you know what? You could have said any other answer as well, and you'd have been fine. Maris Piper, quite right to have avoided because it was 62. But the other two were both pointless answers. Harmony and Sante, both pointless answers. You did very well to avoid them both.
Thank you. Worked hard, I think.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. What a broad field it is. Rob and Andy looking very, very strong indeed on just 1, as indeed are Kathy and Annie on 2, then up to 12 for Susan and Paul, and then, I'm sorry, Mike, way up to 100 where we find you and Kirsty. So, Kirsty, a lovely obscure potato from you, please, in the next pass, and hope somebody else trips up along the way. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board, and here they are. Carlingford, Estelle, Desiree, Lady Balfour, Charlotte, King Edward, Nadine. I'll read all those again. Carlingford, Estelle, Desiree, Lady Balfour, Charlotte, King Edward, Nadine. Now, again, I can tell you at least one of those answers is pointless, and at least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one, and you will score the maximum of 100 points. Now, Kirsty.
Am I first?
You are first on this pass.
Exciting. OK, well, I definitely know one that I think is popular. So, since we're in this situation, I think I'm going to have to make a guess.
Well, yes, you are the high scorers by a margin.
And try and find a pointless. So this really is a meeny, miny, mo, however it goes. And I'm going to go with, I might get another 100 points here, but I'm going to go with Nadine.
Nadine. Let's see if Nadine is right. There's no red line for you, I'm afraid, Kirsty, because you are the high scorers. Let's see. Nadine, is it right? How many people said it? It's right. It's right, Kirsty. This could be a lovely low score. Look at that! Very, very well done. That's a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot. It takes the total up to £2,250. It scores you nothing, Kirsty. It leaves your total at 100 points. Very well done. Let's hope it's enough to keep you in the game. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Kirsty. It might be enough to keep you in the game because you've got Andy next and he's never got a right answer. Nadine, again, good for mashed potato. I did quite a lot of research into potatoes before this round. And I'll tell you a couple of things about the Nadine that are interesting. No. It's got a double eelworm resistance and it's got a high common scab tolerance, the Nadine.
Brilliant.
So
now then, Andy. Andy.
Hello.
You're on 1. The high scorers are Kirsty and Mike on 100. If you can score 98 or less, through you go to the next round.
I'm going to try and play really tactical and hope that not everybody knew that King Edward was a potato. I expect 100 people will know, but either way I score 100, don't I? King Edward.
King Edward, says Andy. I think that could be a very, very, very shrewd bit of tactics there. There's your red line, just below the pink line. Below that red line, you're through to the next round. King Edward, is it right? How many people said it? This could be your first ever correct answer on Pointless. You've done it, Andy! 74, that's perfect. Did exactly what it needed to do. Takes your total up to 75. Very well done.
Yeah, well done, Andy. Be pretty pleased with yourself, I think. King Edward, yeah, so cool because they were introduced into Britain during the week of King Edward VII's coronation.
Now then, Paul. Remember, we are looking for varieties of potato. Paul and Susan are on 12. The high scorers are still Kirsty and Mike on 100. If you can score 87 or less, Paul, you are through to the next round.
I think I'm going to follow Kirsty's lead and go with the lady's name. So I'll go with Desiree.
Desiree. Desiree, says Paul. Here's your red line. Ooh, it's nice and high. If Desiree is correct and goes down below that red line, you are through to the next round. Desiree, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right, and you are through. 24. 24 for Desiree takes your total up to 36. Very well done, Paul. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Paul. Very good for jacket potatoes and potato wedges at Desiree Potato. Never had potato wedges, did we, when we were kids?
No, we didn't.
No, just had chips and
the only wedges we got were... You got your potatoes in there, you really weren't...
Wedges, not wedgies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should have one. Now then, Annie. Annie, the high scorers are Kirsty and Mike, still on 100 points. You are on 2 points, thanks to Kathy's excellent answer of Anya in the first pass. That means if you can score 97 or less, you are through to the next round.
OK, well, there's only one on there that I think is a potato, and because it's another girl's name, I'm worried, because I'm thinking, oh, they can't all be girls' names, but I'm going to have to go for Charlotte, because I feel sure that that is a potato. I think it's a new potato, a little
You're
one.
going to go for Charlotte. Well, if it helps, still, Rob is nodding. Rob's nodding.
Is he?
Yeah. Rob's nodding.
I think it's all right.
Thanks, Rob.
There's your red line, Annie.
OK.
There's your red line. If you come down below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let us see if Charlotte is indeed a potato. And if it is, let's see how many people said Charlotte. Yes, you've done it. Well done. Charlotte is a potato, and it's a lovely low-scoring potato at 15. Very well done. Very well done, Rob. You're right. Takes your total up to 17. Well done, Annie.
Yeah, very well played, Annie. Actually, the best pair of the whole round there, so it's very good. And so it's a long...
That's the first.
Yeah, to be fair, though, they are all losers on... But you're the best losers. Yeah, it's a long oval potato, ideal for potato salads, that sort of thing. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Lady Balfour, that is a potato. Would have scored one another lady's name. Now, Estelle is another lady's name, Carlingford less so. Which one of those do you think is...
I'm going to go for... I think Carlingford is pointless and Estelle is make-believe.
Well, Estelle Harris voiced Mrs. Potato Head in Toy Story 2 and 3. That was incorrect and absolutely right. Carlingford would have been a pointless answer, a pointless potato, if there ever is such a thing.
Wow.
Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of round one, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm so sorry, Mike and Kirsty, it's you.
Sorry, we're used to it.
And Kirsty with Nadine, what a
Yeah.
great answer that was.
Fantastic. Total fluke, obviously.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And Nadine Gelbart is Larry Gelbart's daughter.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So, what? Oh, well.
Wow.
So it's almost like it was written that you would go out at the end of this round.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much for coming back and joining us
Yeah, thanks
once
for having
more.
us.
It's been great to have you back, and I'm sorry that we're saying goodbye to you so soon. But Kirsty and Mike, great, worthy members of the 200 Club. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Now, Right, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is film. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our round 2 question this afternoon concerns chart-topping movie stars.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 films in each pass. Each of these films has had a star in them who has had a UK #1 single up to May 2011. We asked 100 people who that star was. If you give us a nice obscure answer, you're going to score fewer points. But if you give us an incorrect answer, you're going to score 100 points. 12 films in all, 12 stars to guess at home. Very best of luck.
OK, thank you very much. So we are looking for the stars of these films who have had UK #1 singles. And here we go. Here's our first list. We have got Street Fighter, Wild Wild West, Fight Club, Desperately Seeking Susan, Labyrinth, and The Faculty. I'll read those all one more time. Street Fighter, Wild Wild West, Fight Club, Desperately Seeking Susan, Labyrinth, and The Faculty. OK, there are the 6 films. Each of those films has a star in them who has had a UK #1. Kathy, you're going to try and find the most obscure one, the one that the fewest of our 100 people might have known.
I'd just be happy to find one. So I'm going to have a stab, and I'm going to say Madonna and Desperately Seeking Susan.
Kathy, you are going to go with Desperately Seeking Susan. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Desperately Seeking Susan. It's only right. What else? 59! Not a bad score at all, Kathy. 59 for Madonna, Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yeah, well played, Kathy. Better safe than sorry. Starred with Rosanna Arquette in Desperately Seeking Susan.
Thank you.
There we are. Now then, Susan, what's that list of films look like to you?
Very good. I'll say I know 3 or 4. It's just a case of trying to find the pointless one, isn't it, really? Labyrinth, David Bowie.
Labyrinth, David Bowie, says Susan. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. That's right. 45. 45. Labyrinth, David Bowie.
Yeah, another pretty big score, but a good answer, Susan. He plays the Goblin King Jareth.
There we are. OK, now then, Andy, you are the last person to have this board. Remember, we are looking for the stars of these films who have had a #1 hit in the UK.
Again, it's not a bad board for me. Wild Wild West, I'm pretty sure, is Will Smith, but I'm pretty sure I saw Kylie Minogue in Street Fighter. I'm going to go Kylie Minogue, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, Kylie Minogue, says Andy. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Very well done, Andy. It's a great answer. Down it goes, down, down, down. Look at that, 14. The best score of the past by a considerable margin, Richard. Street Fighter, Kylie Minogue.
Very good answer, Andy. Well played. He plays Jean-Claude Van Damme's assistant, Cammy, in Street Fighter. If I were you, I would take my word for it and not watch it to get proof. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Wild Wild West, you're exactly right. That was Will Smith, but it was one of the bigger scorers again, 47. Fight Club. Do you know which #1 artist is in Fight Club? I couldn't get this. Meatloaf. What? Meatloaf is in Fight Club. Would have scored you 6 points. And The Faculty is pointless answer.
St Winifred School Choir.
Solo artist.
Usher.
Usher. It is Usher. How do you know that? For 1998 horror film, and Usher is in that. Very well played.
Very good. Thank you so much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. Oh, Andy and Rob. Look at that. 14. Then we go up to 45, where we find Susan and Paul. And then we go up a little bit more from there, and we find Kathy and Annie languishing on 59. So, Annie, let's have a lovely obscure answer from you in the next pass and hope it's enough to save your bacon. Right, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more films on the board, and here they come. We have got The Witches of Eastwick, Out of Sight, The Last Samurai, GI Blues, Buster, and 8 Mile. Let me read those one more time. The Witches of Eastwick, Out of Sight, The Last Samurai, GI Blues, Buster, and 8 Mile. So remember, we are looking for the stars of these films who have had a solo #1 UK hit. Obviously, you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew, but you knew that, Rob.
Right, it's an awful category for me.
Is it?
Film and music, my two weakest subjects.
No! A confluence of your two biggest nightmares.
Yeah, but I think I know that Eminem was in 8 Mile.
8 Mile, Eminem, says Rob. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. The high scorers on 59 are Annie and Kathy. You're on 14. If you can score 44 or less, you're through to the head-to-head. That's what it looks like on the board. There's your red line. Below that red line, you're through. Eminem, 8 Mile. Is it right? How many people said it? It is right. Yes. 61. 61. That takes your total up to 75. Very exciting. It's all getting very close. Richard.
Yeah, biggest score yet, Rob. Right answer, though, so that's damage limitation. Eminem starred in 8 Mile, but also won Oscar for Best Song with Lose Yourself, and that became his 4th UK #1.
OK, now then, Paul. Remember, we are looking for the stars of these films who have had a #1 hit in the UK. You are on 45. The high scorers are now Rob and Andy on 75. If you can score 29 or less, you're in the next round.
Right. I'll try Buster and Phil Collins.
Buster and Phil Collins, says Paul. There's your red line. Below that red line, and Phil Collins has seen you through to the head-to-head. Let's see if that's right, Buster and Phil Collins, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. 50. 50 knew that film, and they knew it starred Phil Collins. I'm afraid that takes your total up to 95. You are now the high scorers. Richard.
Yeah, another pretty big answer, but right, Paul, might see you through. Absolutely, Phil Collins played Buster Edwards, the great train robber.
Great news for Rob and Andy there. Annie and Kathy, you are on 59. The high scorers are now Paul and Susan on 95. If you can score 35 or less, Annie, 35 or less,
Sorry, Kathy.
we shall see you in the head-to-head.
There's only one there that I know, and I'm even not quite 100% sure that that's right, but I know all the actresses in Witches of Eastwick, but I don't know any of them as singers. So I'm just going to go for GI Blues and say Elvis.
GI Blues Elvis, says
Yeah.
Annie. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Below that red line, and Elvis will see you through to the next round. He's right. Look at that! Wow! 15. 15 people said GI Blues Elvis. That takes your total up to 74. You are through to the head-to-head. Many, many congratulations. Richard.
Yeah, a lot of big scores in that round, but Elvis not one of them for GI Blues. 15. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. The 3 witches in the Witches of Eastwick are Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, and Cher. Cher was the answer there. Would have scored you 32 points. Out of sight is George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez. That would have scored you 4. Now, The Last Samurai, it's a pointless answer. I would say absolute medal for anybody at home who got this. Billy Connolly is the answer to that.
What?
Billy Connolly. He plays a former colleague of Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, had a #1 single with DIVORCE 28 years before that.
Wow.
If you got that, I doff my imaginary cap to you.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Paul and Susan. Well, you've played remarkably well. It's been lovely having you back on the show. I'm sorry this is where we have to say goodbye, but Paul and Susan, worthy members of the 200 Club, we salute you.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Annie and Kathy, Andy and Rob. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Oh, happy day. Now, only one pair obviously can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £2,250. Now then, for each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. Here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many sports represented by winners of BBC Sports Personality of the Year as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any sport represented by any winner of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year from the first award in 1954 right through to the 2010 award.
Now then, Annie and Kathy, you have played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. OK, so Annie and Kathy, what are you going to give me?
Boat racing.
Boat racing. OK, boat racing.
We're not convinced that boat racing is a sport, but we were going to say
We were
rowing.
going to say rowing with Steve Redgrave, so
I think we're going to say
we'll
rowing.
stick with rowing.
You're going to go with rowing?
Yeah.
OK, we have boat racing and we have rowing.
That's what we meant.
OK. Let's see if boat racing's right, shall we? And if it is, let's see how many people said boat racing. No, bad luck, bad luck. I know what you meant, but it has to be an accurate answer. OK, Andy and Rob say rowing. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people say rowing. It's right. That's all it had to be. That's a great answer, and that means after one question, Andy and Rob are ahead 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Andy and Rob. Couldn't accept boat racing because, of course, there's yachting, there's sailing, there's rowing, there's all sorts of different boat racing. So Andy and Rob get the point. Let's take a look at all the answers. Figure skating. It's been won 3 times, actually. Torval and Dean, Robin Cousins and John Curry all won, but that would have scored you 1 point. Motorcycling, John Surtees won for that, 3 points. David Broom won for show jumping in 1960, 7 points. Snooker would have scored you 9. Horse racing, 11. AP McCoy, of course, won recently. Cycling, 12. Venting, 12. Zara Phillips and the Princess Royal, they both won it. Rowing, 18. Steve Redgrave won that in 2000. It's the only time anyone's won for it. Golf, 19. Diaries and Nick Fowler won for that. Swimming, 22. Anita Lonsborough, amongst others. Boxing, 23. And cricket, 25. Formula 1, 25. Been numerous winners from these categories. Rugby union, 26. Tennis, 29. Athletics, 29. And football, actually right at the top on 59.
Thank you very much, Richard. Here is your second question. Annie and Kathy, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Very, very best of luck. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries that border India as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 6 countries that share a land border with India. As always, by country, we mean a member of the UN that's a sovereign state.
OK, now then, Andy and Rob, you go first this time. We have an answer.
Yeah, we're going to go for Pakistan.
Pakistan. OK, Pakistan. Annie and Kathy, you can now do your reasoning out loud if you like.
Well,
Geography is, again, our worst subject ever. And I'm probably going to say something miles away, but we're going to say Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. OK, we have Pakistan and Kazakhstan. In the order they were given, Andy and Rob have said Pakistan. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Pakistan. That's right. Cool. It's right, but it's a high score. Annie and Kathy have gone with Kazakhstan. Let's see if it's right. No! Bad luck, Annie and Kathy. I'm afraid an incorrect answer, which means, Andy and Rob, you are through to the final. 2-0.
Yeah, Kazakhstan, it's quite an impressive sounding answer, Kazakhstan, but it's, they're quite distant. The capital of Kazakhstan, the capital of India, about 1,000 miles apart. But it's not that far. Not that far. Let's take a look at all 6 of the countries. I suspect some people would have got all 6. The bottom 2, Burma or Myanmar, shares a very small eastern border with India. That would have scored you 13. Bhutan, a small northeastern border. That would have scored you 17. Nepal, again, northeastern. That would have scored you 46. China, of course, 47. Bangladesh, 48. And Pakistan, right at the top, 88. Very well done if you got all 6 of those at home.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, it's Annie and Kathy. Oh, dear, you've done so well. You've done so well, stormed it through to the head-to-head. And then, I'm afraid, two categories that haven't really served you very well.
no.
No, never mind.
Never mind. Said beautifully in unison. Well, it's been lovely having you back on the show, Annie and Kathy. A real treat to see you again. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. You are worthy members of the 200 Club. But for Andy and Rob, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £2,250. Now, congratulations, Andy and Rob. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. So very, very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's special show, the jackpot stands at £2,250. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had one pointless answer on the show today. You only have to find one more now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category. You can choose from these three options, and they are crime writers, the Oscars, or golf.
Forget about Oscars.
Crime writers, I would know a few, but not many.
Well, it depends what comes up golf-wise,
Yeah, I think golf would be stronger than...
Oh, no. How strong are you on crime writers? You weigh in your books, aren't you?
Yeah, but I might be able to help you out slightly on golf, but you couldn't help me out on crime writers, could you?
Yeah, we'll go golf. No? Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, go golf, because I'm only going to know the well-known crime writers.
Yeah, we'll take a punt at golf.
Golf it is. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many European Ryder Cup golfers as they could. Richard.
Yes, specifically, though, guys, we're looking for any golfer who's played for Europe in the Ryder Cup against America up to the 2010 tournament, but nobody from the UK or Ireland, so just European golfers, not the UK and Ireland, anyone who's represented Europe in the Ryder Cup.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that £2,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Right. Sergio Garcia.
Miguel Jimenez.
Right, OK, that sounds good. I've never heard of him.
Say Sergio Garcia.
Yeah, I'm out.
Right. I'm not doing a lot better.
Garcia, European. European golfers.
Trying to go back a bit as well.
And he else, is he Irish or
South African.
Oh, that's not European.
No.
Come on, one more.
I've gone blank.
French ones, French golfers.
No.
Portuguese, Spanish. Luxembourg, Belgium.
German. Bernard Langer, Germany.
All right, yeah, that would do. Well, we've got 3.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much.
We've still got some.
Right, have a think. Bernard Langer.
5 seconds left. OK, there's your minute.
Right.
That's your time up. We were looking for European Ryder Cup golfers.
It's going to have to be those 3 then, isn't it?
I now need your 3 answers. What are they?
Right, Sergio Garcia.
Sergio Garcia.
Miguel Jimenez.
Miguel Jimenez.
And we're going Bernard Langer.
Bernard Langer. OK, now of those 3, which do you think is your best punt at a pointless answer?
Probably Miguel Jimenez.
Which is your least likely punt at a
Sergio Garcia.
Sergio Garcia,
yeah.
We shall put first. OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they come. Sergio Garcia, Bernard Langer, and Miguel Jimenez. We were looking for European Ryder Cup golfers. You said this was your least confident answer.
Yeah.
Just remember, you only have to find one pointless answer and you will win that £2,250 jackpot. OK, let's see if Sergio Garcia is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Sergio Garcia. It's right. It's right. You were pretty sure it was going to be right, but down it goes. If this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here with £2,250. It's going down into the teens. It's going down single figures. Look at that, 7. 7.
Garcia's there. He got the champion.
So, unfortunately, that's not a pointless answer. But listen, that was your obvious one. Yeah. 7 points.
Yeah.
Only 7 people out of our 100 remembered Sergio Garcia.
I'm surprised about that.
There we are.
Yeah.
This gives us grounds for hope, I think.
It does.
It does, yeah.
Let us see what Bernard Langer does for you. Bernard Langer,
He's right.
you only have 2 more chances to win. Bernard Langer is your next answer. It has to be right and it has to be pointless. If it's both of those things, you leave here with £2,250. So Sergio Garcia scored 7. Let us see where Bernard Langer ends up. Is it right? How many people said Bernard Langer? Best of luck. It's right. It's right. Now, if this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here with £2,250. Goes down into the 20s, down into the teens, down into... Oh, 9. So obviously not pointless. But he was just holding the place. I think you'd been surprised if he was the pointless one.
Yeah.
It's all waiting for Miguel Jimenez.
Come on, Jimenez.
Come on. Let's just find out. Miguel Jimenez, everything hinges on him. £2,250. If it's right and pointless, that's what you will leave here with. Let's put it to the test. Miguel Jimenez. It is right. OK, so we've gone from 7, we've gone up to 9. Miguel has to take it back down in the other direction and go all the way down to 0. And if he does that, you leave here with £2,250. Down into single figures. Oh, no! 3 cracking answers there. Yeah, think how pleased you'd be with those in normal play.
Yeah, one bad. We didn't
Brilliant
disgrace ourselves.
answers.
No, we're happy with that. Better performance this time round.
Oh, but unfortunately we didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £2,250. But you do take home our pointless trophy, so there you are.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Yeah, sorry guys, but thank you so much for coming back, and you really proved yourself this time. It was a great performance and 3 good answers there. Miguel Angel Jimenez, really, but he's played in 4 Ryder Cups. Bernard Langer's played in 10, has obviously been the captain as well. Sergio's played in 6 so far. I suspect he'll play in more. Let's take a look at the pointless answers, though. There's a lot of Spaniards on the board. Antonio Garrido played in 79. He was pointless. His son, Ignacio Garrido, played in 97. He would have scored you nothing as well. Jarmo Sandelin, the Swede, played in 1999. Another man who played in 99 was Jean van der Velde. Jesper Parnevik, the Swede, played in 3 Ryder Cups. Also the man who introduced Tiger Woods to his wife. Good work, Jesper. Jose Maria Canizares, he played in 4 Ryder Cups, Jose Maria, the Spaniard. Jose Rivero, another Spaniard. Pierre Falk played in 1 Ryder Cup, the Swede. And Soren Hansen, the Dane, played in 2008. Manuel Pinero as well. And Costantino Rocca, the Italian, who scored a hole-in-one at a Ryder Cup. They would have been pointless as well. Very well done if you got one of those at home, and tough luck, guys.
Cheers. You knew quite a few of those, didn't you?
No, the ones that come up, we just knew Jesper Parnevik, so, you know, not too disappointed there.
Not too disappointed. Well, that's good. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you again, Andy and Rob. But it has been such good fun having you back on the show. You've been just brilliant. And worthy members of the 200 Club. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming back. So, from this special 200th edition of Pointless, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.